This is banana bread. So with the banana bread itself, in this case, it's a creamed method. So creamed method meaning you're going to use the mixer. You don't have to use a mixer, you can use a little one. Just a little tiny blender will work just fine. But we're going to take that room temperature butter, and that's the important part, the room temperature butter. We're going to take the room temperature butter and put that into our mixer. And we're going to take only the sugar. None of the other dry ingredients, just the sugar. Now, in some of our other videos, we've been talking about cutting in the dry ingredients with a fork or with a pastry blender. But in this case, we're going to cream the butter and the sugar together until it's fluffy. And then we have our eggs, which are going to be next, and we're going to add those one at a time, making sure we scrape down the bowl in between. Then we've got our dry ingredients, which is our soda, our salt, baking powder, flour. And then we've got our banana puree. You'll notice this banana puree is nice and brown. Folks, I have sent you home with this. When you open this bag up, it is just pure banana sweetness. You can actually back down on the sugar if you wanted to try that later for a nutritional wink, nuts, class project. You can actually try cutting down on the sugar and seeing what you end up with. Now, with all this being said, you can also take this recipe and do it like a muffin method. So with that, with the muffin method, you would actually take the banana puree, the eggs, and melted butter, whisk that together in a separate bowl, and then fold in and mix in your dry ingredients. And you would have the same exact bread, however, it would be a little bit different texture. It's not as sturdy, okay? So in the bowl, we've got our creamed mixture of our butter and our sugar. We got 2 people who joined us, 3 people who joined us. Who's here? Hi, April. Good morning. All right. So we're going to add 1 egg, and I've got the vanilla in there as well. So 1 egg goes in. We're going to allow that to grab all that liquid and come together. And then once that's absorbed, we'll add our 2nd egg. And then once that one's absorbed, we'll add our last egg. We're going to turn that off. So I can show you guys our mixture. So that is a creamed mixture with the butter and the sugar. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and take our dry ingredients. Everything's in here. The flour, the salt, the baking powder, everything's in. All of our leavening. We're going to take this and we're going to mix it together. And then, before it gets all mixed, it looks like what I call shag stage. I'm going to go ahead and take the bottom corner of our bag, cut that off, and we're going to go ahead and put our banana puree right in. Okay. And then I can mix this the rest of the way. I could use the mixer, no need. It's going to come straight together for us. And I can use our portioning scoop. Go ahead and scoop. And I'm going to put this right into these demi-loaf pans. Okay. Feel free, you can also make this as a muffin. There's any dry clumps in the bottom. And a little piece there. Just a little. That wasn't much at all, but you want to make sure that you go to the bottom of these bowls when you do this. So I could probably get another 2 portions out of this. All right, but I could put blueberries or pecans, whatever I want in there, and set that aside. Now, I could take some streusel topping that we made earlier, put that right on top, and we're gonna go to the oven, because we've got an item coming out of the oven right now that we've been filming, and we can put this in, and we'll go from there. All right, follow us on over to the oven. So we talked a little bit about ovens on some of the lecture, and you'll pick up on that with some of the videos we're going to be putting up tonight and tomorrow. This oven is at 400 degrees, 375 bottom. It's really hot. It's a high oven, and I know that's what you're thinking, but as you'll discover, the oven temperature is very, very important. At home, an oven, when you open it, a lot of heat comes out. I know everybody bends over to the oven, you're like, woof, there's a lot of heat. So you lose a lot of heat in a home oven. So when you're baking at home, you want to make sure that when you're doing certain things, you start at a few, maybe 25, 30 degrees higher than you would normally. But also with this, oven spring occurs. So with the oven spring, you need this to jump out of these pans. There's baking powder or baking soda or any other chemical leavening agent you have in there. It acts twice. It acts once when it hits the liquid. It acts a second time when it hits the heat. So it needs to be good and hot, and what that does is it causes the product to spring upward. So we're going to slide this in. Our scones are ready.